Hey, have you ever run into people that are hard to get along with? Right? I mean, sometimes at our jobs, maybe in our community, and maybe at our church, maybe, right? Uh, we run into people who, no matter what we do, no matter how hard we work, no matter how courteous we try to be, no matter how nice, no matter how polite, no matter what we try to do, there is a criticism. There's a snarky remark. There is a finger pointing. Um, and always there's something wrong. And sometimes it's hard to get along with people like that. We're not the first people who have had to deal with hard to get along with people. Jesus had to deal with people like that, right? And he and the disciples are traveling around and they go into the synagogue, right? And as they go in, there's a man there and his hand is shriveled up. And the Pharisees trail them in because, Jesus is always being trailed by groups and crowds of people. And in those crowds are many different types. There's Jewish believers, there's Gentiles who want to hear the good news, and there's Pharisees, Sadducees, and other religious leaders who follow him around. Well, in this crowd, there's a bunch of Pharisees who walk in, trail him into the synagogue. And they look at him and they're like, hey, it's the Sabbath, And he's like, yeah, I know it's the Sabbath. It's cool. And he said, is it, they're trying to trap him, right? Hey, is it okay to heal on the Sabbath? And Jesus looks at him and says, you know what? Maybe you have a sheep, right? And your sheep is wandering around and falls in a pit on the Sabbath. Don't you reach in and pull that sheep out of that pit? And aren't people more important to God than sheep? So it's okay to do good things on the Sabbath. And they're looking at him, right? And Jesus walks over to the guy with the shriveled hand. He says, show me your hand. And he puts his hands out, and his hand is healed right in front of their eyes. And the Pharisees freak out. He healed on the Sabbath. And from that day, they started to plan a way to kill him. Now, no matter what Jesus would have done, right? No matter how hard he worked, no matter how hard he tried to go by the rules, right? The rules of religion, there was no way that he was going to win in that argument with them because they had already made up their mind that he was wrong, that what he was doing was wrong. No matter how good it was, he was wrong. As we go through our days, may we not worry about those who criticize us, even though we're doing the right thing for the right reason. May we seek out God's will for us. May we do good things to bless others around us, no matter what others' opinions may be. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.